And Prevost delivers a strike to make it 2-2. I think I might have mistakenly said Cantrell's on the mound. It's Prevost. He pitched a 1-2-3 inning, thanks to a caught stealing to the leadoff batter. Oof, just missed a bit high. Prevost with a smile on the mound as he thought he had Hampton rung up, and the count is full. Hampton batted .313 last season, on-base percentage of .521, and Hampton swings and misses to strike out to lead off the top of the second. And that brings up Ewan Lechtenberg, Centerville's center fielder. And Prevost's first pitch is a strike on the inside half of the plate. The 0-1 pitch is a liner into left field for a base hit. Settles, collects it, and gets it quickly into the infield. First hit of the day goes to Lechtenberg of Centerville. And with one out, that brings up Yeager White. Yeager, a junior, batting left-handed, as Lechtenberg takes his lead from first. Prevost's first pitch is low for ball one. Prevost throws a first, and back safely is Lechtenberg. There's a breeze, but it's swirling around. I looked at the flag once that's in between both fields, and it was blowing out towards left. Now it's blowing in from left. Now it's blowing out towards right. So a swirling wind here at the Mustang Sports Complex. The 1-0. One hopper that goes past the lunging Cantrell into right field for a base hit. McCoy quickly gets to it and gets it into the infield. Lechtenberg stops at second. Back-to-back singles have Centerville in business here in the second inning. Runners at first and second with one out for Sully Ballinger, who will look to help his own cause. Cantrell playing in on the grass at first, and Ballinger swings and fouls that first pitch back to the screen. Centerville wearing their red jersey tops with the white pants, red stripe down the side. One 0 pitch. Grounder to Sizemore at third, and he will throw the first to get the out. The runners advance to second and third. Two outs in the inning. And that brings up Logan Caraccio. So Caraccio with an early RBI opportunity. And there's a soft flare out to the left, in the infield, and it drops for a base hit. Coming in to score the first run of the game is Lechtenberg. A dying quail hit on the very edge of the infield dirt behind third. The third hit of the inning gives Centerville their first run. 1-0 Big Reds. White advanced to third on the play, so runners are at the corners for Borden Huseman. Huseman now talking to his head coach. Looks like we're going to have a pinch runner for Caraccio. Pretty early for a pinch runner. Looks like that's Deegan Coatney, an 8th grader who comes in to run for Caraccio. So Bill Huseman going to his bench here in the 2nd inning. Tells his new pinch runner that, hey, there's 2 outs. The universal sign of run on anything, of course. Now Borden and Huseman's ready. Right versus right matchup. Prevo's first pitch is swung on and missed by Huseman. Oh, 0-1 to count. Huseman swings at a pitch in the dirt to make it 0-2. Prevo a strike away from holding Centerville to just 1 run here in the top of the 2nd. And a pitch. He swings and misses at a fastball. And that's the 3rd strikeout for Prevo. The inning is over. Centerville, however, scores 1 run on 3 hits. No errors and 2 men left. We'll head to the bottom of the 2nd. Centerville 1, Davis County nothing on the Atomo Radio Group Sports Network.
Go Mustangs! Go Mustangs! Go Mustangs! Go Mustangs!
Go Mustangs!
Go Mustangs!
Thank you.
Go Mustangs! Go Mustangs! Go Mustangs! Go Mustangs!
The Davis County Mustangs would like to thank the community for their continued support.
Corby and the team at Nutrient Ag Solutions in Bloomfield is the best place to go if you're a farmer. They provide the technology and services to make your farming business profitable. They have liquid and dry fertilizers, starters, small seed, and corn and soybean seed, and also offer crop protection chemicals and custom application. See for yourself why so many farmers in the area trust Corby and the team at Nutrient Ag Solutions in Bloomfield, where results in your field are always their first concern. You're watching live coverage of the Davis County Mustangs on the Atomo Radio Group Sports Network.
Here in the bottom of the 2nd, Davis County down 1-0 here in the opener of our doubleheader to Centerville. Hard line duo for the Mustangs, starting with the cleanup hitter Brett Prevo. Centerville with a run on 3 hits, all in that 2nd inning. All singles. And just a little dying quail of a flare off the bat of Logan Caraccio has given us the only run of this ball game. So Brett Prevo takes a fastball right down the heart of the plate for strike 1. Here's the 1 and the 0-1 pitch, and there's a swing and a miss by Prevo. No balls and 2 strikes. Ballinger pitched around a leadoff walk to keep Davis County scoreless in the 1st. And Prevo fouled that pitch straight back. So the count remains 0-2. And a breaking ball got Prevo as Prevo was frozen. He goes down looking for the first out. So that brings up Max Taylor. Taylor has shown himself well both offensively and defensively through the first 4 games of the season. That pitch is inside for ball 1. He had 3 hits in the first 2 games against Keokuk and Woodward Granger. However, he was hitless in the doubleheader on Tuesday as he takes that pitch inside for ball 2. But he still has the trust of his head coach, Todd White, who has him batting 5th. Ballinger's pitch bounces to the plate. That might have gotten a piece of the left arm of Decina, the catcher. Now Taylor's in the driver's seat, 3-0. Only base runner for Davis County thus far was a leadoff walk in the first to Peyton Schooley. He was caught stealing after a pitch got away from Decina, but Decina gunned Schooley down at second, trying to advance. That pitch is high for ball 4. 4-pitch walk to Taylor, and I imagine we will have a courtesy runner for the catcher, Taylor. Head coach White calls time. And I heard him say 12, I believe. And that would be Mark Frazee. That is one character you'd want to have as a pinch runner. Frazee fresh off an appearance at the state track meet in Des Moines. He competed in the 400 hurdles. Also on the relay team as well. So good speed at first base. Josh Settles is the hitter. Through the first 4 games, Settles batted second. Now head coach Todd White has moved him down to the 6th spot. Frazee leads, does not go, and that pitch misses outside for ball 1. Settles a tall, lanky left-hander, looking out to the right-hander Ballinger. And Ballinger's pitch is hit in the air out to left field, and it drops fair. Frazee had to wait to see if that fly ball wasn't caught by the charging Husman. So he just goes to second. First hit of the game for Davis County is collected by Settles. And now the Mustangs have 2 on and 1 out threat here in their second inning, just like Centerville did in their second inning. Now the batter is Noah Sizemore. He squares the bunt and fouls it straight back. Houston Schooley waits on deck. So Sizemore looking to set the table for Davis County's DH. Caraccio, the first baseman, playing in on the grass. Looks like he's going to be charging if he decides to bunt again, but that pitch is high and inside. Actually, Sizemore had to duck out of the way. 1 ball and 1 strike to Sizemore. Frazee leads off at second. Settles is at first. He squares the bunt again and bunts it right back towards the mound, third base side. Ballinger fires the first to retire Sizemore. So he gets the sacrifice bunt down. 1-4 is the put out. That's the second out of the inning. And it'll be up to Houston Schooley to get a big 2-out hit to get Davis County on the board. Runners in scoring position. That's one stat you always like to keep an eye on. Davis County, 3 of 13 in that category in the doubleheader back on Tuesday. Schooley swings at the first pitch. It's a pop-up first base side, foul territory, and it falls in between Decina, the catcher, and Caraccio, the first baseman. And thankfully for Schooley, that's just strike 1. Runners at second and third, 2 outs. Here's the wind and the 0-1 pitch to Schooley, and it hit him. Schooley had to reach a hand out, and it looked like he tried to bat that ball away from him. I don't know if you're allowed to do that, but nobody's putting up much of a protest, so he'll take first. That loads the bases, and a big spot here for Duke Scott. Ballinger's first pitch is cut on and missed. Scott took a big cut at that fastball and came up empty. Ballinger with the bases loaded, pitching from the windup. The 0-1. And that's fouled off. The mask of the Cena. And now Scott is in the hole, 0-2. Don't want to let too many chances go by the wayside. Davis County trailing 1-0 here in the bottom of the second. The 0-2 pitch with the bases loaded to Scott. He pops it up, foul territory, and that gets over towards the first base side, out of play. And Scott stays alive. And the 0-2 pitch. Whew. Scott almost pulled the trigger. He held off, and that pitch is taken low for ball 1. Frazie's a runner at third. Settles is at second. Schooley at first. The 1-2 pitch. Bouncer to the plate. Gets away from DeCina. It deflects to the catch to the pitcher, Ballinger, but his shovel to DeCina was fumbled by DeCina, and Frazee scores on the heads-up play. And on the wild pitch, Davis County has tied this game. So Frazee, the courtesy runner, scores the tying run. The count now is 2-2 to Scott, who can give Davis County a lead now with a hit here. The pitch. Fouled it off at the plate. Battle brewing between Ballinger and Scott. This will be pitch number 7 of this at bat. Scott was down 0-2. That's low, and the count is full. Two runs are going to score if Scott gets a hit here, because Centerville is playing their infield back, so these two runners can get big leads, especially Schooley at second. The pitch to Scott. Bouncer to third. Glove by Lancaster, and the throw to first is in time, and Scott is retired to end the second inning. But Davis County does get a run on 1 hit, no errors, and 2 men left on base. We'll head to the third inning. We are now tied at 1 on the Ottumwa Radio Group Sports Network.
Get the small town charm with real-world experience at William Penn University. Located in beautiful Oskaloosa, Iowa, William Penn is the perfect place to pursue your higher education. We offer a diverse selection of majors, including a 4-year nursing degree. And our state-of-the-art facilities offer the latest technology. With small class sizes and affordable tuition, William Penn is a great place to call home. Invest in your future at William Penn. Visit wmpenn.edu today to learn more and enroll.
Call. I got a pair of clogged toilets.
2 pair, dripping faucets and leaking pipes.
Full house, boys. Flooded basement, ruined water heater, and a wild card, broken sump pump.
Gentlemen, whatever your plumbing issue may be, call Roto-Rooter on Gateway Drive in Ottumwa. The drain cleaning and plumbing experts, residential and commercial, 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. Oh, and one more thing. A royal flush always beats a full house.
That's a bunch of crap.
You're watching live coverage of the Davis County Mustangs on the Ottumwa Radio Group Sports Network.
We're tied at 1 here at the Mustang Sports Complex. Brett Prevost is on the mound. Back to the top of the order, and Abram DeCina had a leadoff walk and was thrown out trying to steal. He swings at the first pitch and lifts it high in the air, left center field, and it is Settles who tracks it, and the left fielder puts it away for the first out. So 1 pitch, 1 out. That is a good way to get DeCina off, or keep him off the base paths. That brings up Rye Barnhart. Should be a fun day at the Mustang Sports Complex today. It's the first time this season both the baseball and softball teams will be playing at the same time. Barnhart looks at a breaking ball in the inside corner for strike one. Barnhart struck out looking his first time up. 0-1 pitch is cut on and missed. Heard a couple of his teammates call him Barnyard. 0-2 pitch, hit on the ground. Scott at third, or at short, I should say, throws out Barnhart by a step for the second out. None on, 2 outs, top of the third. Tied at 1 here at the Mustang Sports Complex, and here is Connor Lancaster. He grounded out to short his first time up. An RBI single by Logan Caraccio, and then a heads-up play by Mark Frazee of Davis County, scoring on a wild pitch to tie the score. And that's where we stand as first pitch breaking ball catches the inside corner for strike one. A 1 pitch, fastball, helmet high. 1 ball, 1 strike. The 1-1 pitch, ooh, that hit him in the rear. And Lancaster will take first base after wearing one. Best place for a baseball to hit you is right where it got Lancaster, around the backside. So that leaves the door slightly open for their cleanup hitter, Eli Hampton. He struck out swinging his first time up. Lancaster with a big lead at first. He stays put, and that pitch is taken low for ball 1. Lancaster wearing what most of us call the oven mitt on his right hand as he takes his lead at first, and he dives back to first after Prevost checks on him. Kind of a hazy, overcast day. Saw the sun periodically during most of the afternoon, but now nothing but gray skies above, almost. Picked off at first was Lancaster as he was ahead of the Prevost throw. Prevost, like most people, wondering if Lancaster's going to take off with 2 outs. The 1-0 pitch, and that misses inside. 2 balls and no strikes. Prevost with a deep breath as he rolls the ball in his fingers in his right hand. Now comes set. 2-0 pitch is cut on a miss. That pitch was at his ankles. Hampton looking disappointed as he came up empty on that swing. Probably thought, why did I swing at that? 2 balls and a strike. Lancaster with a shorter lead now. Now he takes an extra step. He goes. Pitch is taken for a strike. The throw to second. A bouncer, and he's safe. Just ahead of the throw. It bounced ahead of the second baseman, Schooley, who had to field it on the bounce. He tagged Lancaster on the leg, but Lancaster was in there. The count now is 2-2 to Hampton, so Prevost a strike away from ending the Centerville third. We're tied at 1 here in the top of the third. Runner at second with 2 outs. And Prevost's break-even pitch is taken low, and the count is full. Prevost pitched in game 1 of the doubleheader on Tuesday against Cardinal. He was the second of 3 pitchers to pitch in that first game. And a 3-2 pitch. Whew, fastball misses inside. Prevost looking skyward. Thought that he had strike 3. Instead, it's ball 4 to Hampton. And the inning continues. That's the second walk allowed by Prevost. So now Prevost trying to get out of trouble that is pretty much his own doing. A hit batter and a walk has set things up for Ewan Lechtenberg. He got the very first hit for Centerville, and he ended up scoring their only run back in the second. He looks at a pitch low and outside for ball one. 1 run on 3 hits for Centerville. 1 run on 1 hit for Davis County. No errors on either side as of yet. And that pitch is taken for a strike. Prevost looks back to second. Now steps off. Prevost with a long look at second. Now the pitch, and it's taken for a strike. Sometimes you wait so long as a pitcher, you can freeze the batter. And I think that's what he did to Lechtenberg there. And now Prevost, once again, a strike away from ending the Centerville third. The 1-2 pitch, fouled back. Lancaster runner at second. Hampton leads off from first. Hampton with a pretty big lead with Cantrell not holding him. Another 1-2. Breaking ball off the plate outside to even the count at 2-2. Prevost with the 2-2 pitch coming out to Lechtenberg. That's outside. Another full count. This will be pitch number 50 for Prevost with 2 outs here in the second. So a high pitch count for Prevost. Looking for his best pitch here to get out of the third. Yeager White waits on deck if Lechtenberg can reach. The pitch. Line drive, and that is a base hit into left field. Coming around to score is Lancaster. Coming, and then Settles had trouble with it in left field, but Hampton comes to a stop at third. An RBI single by Lechtenberg, who is now 2 for 2, and Centerville's back out in front 2-1. A hit batter with the bases empty and 2 outs comes back to haunt Prevost. And after fighting their way back in the bottom of the second, Davis County once again finds themselves down a run here in the third. And Yeager White looks to add to Centerville's total. Throw the first and back safely is Lechtenberg. White takes a pitch in the dirt, throw back to the third, I should say, and Hampton is back out ahead of the tag of Sizemore. Runners at first and third with 2 outs. 2-1 Centerville. Opening game of our doubleheader. And a 1-0 pitch, inside ball 2. Yeager White, left-handed batter, versus the right-hander Prevost. That's outside ball 3. White singled his last time out back in the second. White taking on the way. Fastball at the knees, called strike 1. And now the 3-1. That's hammered out to right field, over the head of McCoy, and rolling to the wall. Hampton scores. Rounding third is Lechtenberg. He's sent home. He will score. It is a 2-run triple for Jaeger White to make it 4-1 Centerville. That was the big hit Centerville was waiting for. Here comes head coach Todd White. And a 2-out rally by Centerville has plated them 3 runs. Sully Ballinger is the next batter for Centerville. He's talking with his head coach Bill Hoosman as Todd White will give the ball to Noah Sizemore, as we will have ourselves a pitching change. Let's step away for a minute, and we will set the table for the new pitcher right after this. Centerville leads at 4-1 over Davis County in Game 1 of our doubleheader on the Ottumwa Radio Group Sports Network.
Hi, I'm Cody Crane with Crane Concrete Ready Mix. If you're tired of not mattering to the big corporate companies, then call us. When you work with us, you won't be on a waiting list. We can get you concrete when you need it. We are a family-owned business, offer competitive prices, and are easy to work with. We deliver to Davis, Wapello, Van Buren, and Jefferson counties. Work with a company that will take care of you. Call me, Cody Crane, at 641-919-1350.
What's holding you back from living your best life? If it's poor credit or no credit, Community First Credit Union has the solution for you. With our new Charge Up Credit Builder program, we make it possible for you to establish or rebuild your credit so you can achieve your dreams, whether it's owning a home, purchasing a vehicle, or something else. So, what do you say? Why not let Community First Credit Union help you charge up your credit to new heights? Subject to approval and program qualifications, equal housing opportunity, federally insured by the NCUA.
You're watching live coverage of the Davis County Mustangs on the Ottumwa Radio Group Sports Network.
New pitcher in the game is Noah Sizemore. It would just be a straight-up switch. Sizemore was the third baseman. Prevost, the starting pitcher, now plays at third, as Sully Ballinger comes up empty on the first offering by Sizemore for strike 1. Centerville has 3 runs in here in the third to break a 1-1 tie. They have a 4-1 lead. That pitch is rifled right back to Sizemore, who knocked it down. Ballinger gave up running, and Sizemore flips to the first to end the inning. But damage done. Centerville with 3 runs on 2 hits, no errors, and a man left on. Heading to the bottom of the third, it's now Centerville 4, Davis County 1 on the Ottumwa Radio Group Sports Network.
Go Mustangs! Go Mustangs! Go Mustangs! Go Mustangs!
Go Mustangs!
Go Mustangs!
Thank you.
Go Mustangs! Go Mustangs! Go Mustangs! Go Mustangs!
The Davis County Mustangs would like to thank the community for their continued support.
Is your back telling you it's time for a new mattress? Darren at Dixon's Mattress Outlet is the man to see. Dixon's Mattress Outlet sells new mattresses of all sizes. They also have a great selection of area rugs, sheets, and pillows. Needing a mattress for the camper or a rollaway bed? Darren has those too. Call Darren today and get the best rest for less. Call Dixon's Mattress Outlet today at 641-664-3060. And don't forget to like them on Facebook. You're watching live coverage of the Davis County Mustangs on the Ottumwa Radio Group Sports Network.
Davis County now trails 4-1 as we play in the bottom of the third. And Davis County will have the top of their order up. This game was a mirror image thus far. Centerville got the leadoff man on to be in the ball game. He got thrown out trying to steal second. Then a strikeout looking and then a ground out. Same thing with Davis County. Schooley reached, got caught stealing. Dexter Scott went down looking. Cantrell grounded out. And then both teams scored a run in the second. Now Centerville with the 4-1 lead after scoring 3 in the third. What will Davis County have in store here in the bottom of their inning? So as I said, Peyton Schooley, who led off the Davis County first with a walk. He will lead off against Ballinger. And Ballinger fires a pitch high and inside to Schooley for ball 1. The 1-0 to Schooley. That's hitting the air pretty well out to left center, but that hangs up for the center fielder Lechtenberg, and he makes the play for the first out. So with one on, the base is empty. Here is Dexter Scott. Struck out looking his first time up. Base is empty, 1 out. 4-1 Centerville, the pitch. And that pitch is low for ball 1. Here's the wind and the 1-0 pitch, and that's popped up foul to even the count at 1 ball and 1 strike. And the 1-1 pitch, taken a little low to make it 2 balls and a strike. Scott looking to get on base with Cantrell waiting on deck. 2-1 pitch is fouled back. A lot of baseball to be played here at the Mustang Sports Complex over the next day and a half. 2-2 pitch. Oof. That curveball frozen, but that missed outside to make the count 3-2. Ballinger has walked 2 batters so far in this ball game, and the pitch. That's another walk as Scott had to duck out of the way of one headed towards his head. He'll settle for the 1-out walk. And now Presley Cantrell will stride to the plate. Cantrell grounded to short his first time up. And that misses inside for ball 1. The 1-0 pitch to Cantrell. And that's hit towards third. And the throw to second for 1 over the first. That's wide of Hampton, and Cantrell will slam on the brakes and just stay at first. So Cantrell grounds into a force out. Scott is out 5-4. 2 outs in the inning, and now Brett Prevost, who is now the third baseman for Davis County, will bat. And Prevost takes an off-speed pitch for a strike. Looked like a changeup. That caught the inside edge. Prevost struck out looking his first time up. Another strike called. Oh, Prevost had to look back at Anthony McClendon, the home plate umpire. Says, I didn't get that call when I was on the mound. 0-2 to count now to Prevost. Cantrell takes his lead from first, a short lead. Now he takes an extra step. And Prevost fouls that pitch away. almost obligated at this point, thanks to Presley's family, to tell all of you that Cantrell not much of a threat to take a bag over at first base. That pitch is high for ball 2. Beg your pardon, ball 1. So 1-2 to count to Prevost. Davis County trails at 4-1. We're in the bottom of the third. I run at first with 2 outs. And Prevost calls time at the plate. And Prevost swings and misses and strikes out to end the Davis County third. No runs, no hits, a walk, and 1 man left. We will head to the 4th inning. It is now Centerville 4, Davis County 1 on the Ottumwa Radio Group Sports Network.
At Family First Chiropractic, it is our goal to get you and your family as healthy as possible and keep you healthy for the rest of your life. We deliver an elevated level of care for the entire family. We approach healthcare from a holistic view, incorporating multiple chiropractic techniques and physical therapy to ensure that our patients achieve the best results as fast as possible. We believe you deserve the best. A little preventative care now will eliminate pain management in later years. We want our kids to grow and live an active, healthy lifestyle. Get your family checked at Family First Chiropractic.
What's holding you back from living your best life? If it's poor credit or no credit, Community First Credit Union has the solution for you. With our new Charge Up Credit Builder program, we make it possible for you to establish or rebuild your credit so you can achieve your dreams, whether it's owning a home, purchasing a vehicle, or something else. So, what do you say? Why not let Community First Credit Union help you charge up your credit to new heights? Subject to approval and program qualifications, equal housing opportunity, federally insured by the NCUA.
You're watching live coverage of the Davis County Mustangs on the Ottumwa Radio Group Sports Network.
We're in the top of the 4th, game 1 of our doubleheader. Glad to have you with us here on the Ottumwa Radio Group Sports Network. Centerville leading Davis County 4-1 as the Big Reds bat. They'll send up 8, 9, and 1, starting with Logan Caraccio, who drove in the first run of the ball game with an RBI single back in the 2nd inning. First pitch high for ball 1. New pitcher in the game is Noah Sizemore. He pitched in relief of Brett Prevost, needed just 1 pitch to get out of the 3rd inning. But Centerville took the lead thanks to a 3-run 3rd inning to break a 1-1 tie. Sizemore with the 2-0 pitch. And is thrown in there for a strike. Sizemore working quickly. That's popped high up in the air. Foul territory, third base side. And it is Taylor who catches it near the third base dugouts. I thought for sure that was going to get out of play. But Taylor hustling to the third base dugout and puts it away for the first out. Taylor had to run a long way to get that. And let's not ignore the hustle of Prevost either at third. He was right there as well. Now Borden Huseman squares the bunt up the first base line, and Sizemore, the pitcher, pounces on it, throws the first, and there are quickly 2 outs. If you're going to have to face Abram DeCina, as dangerous as he is, this is the ideal spot. None on, 2 out. So far, DeCina has walked, and he's flown out to right. Beg your pardon, to left. First pitch is a vicious cut that is fouled back. He is such an imposing figure in the left-hander's box. And that bat is as quick as lightning as well. The 0-1. Misses outside. I'll put umpire Anthony London. He shook his head, so to say, nope, that was outside, to make the count 1-1. Next pitch to DeCina. Breaking ball, that's high. 2 balls and a strike. With the bases empty and 2 outs, you can be very careful with DeCina as Sizemore throws that pitch low and away for ball 3. As I mentioned earlier in the game, DeCina batting .556 a year ago as an 8th grader. And a 3-1 pitch, fastball catches the inside corner, and it's 3-2. I think DeCina thought he had himself a walk. Instead, the count is full. The pitch, that's low, and DeCina walks for the 2nd time today. Not the worst case scenario, as DeCina hasn't harmed Davis County yet with his bat. Ryan Barnhart now is the batter. He's 0 for 2. A strikeout and a ground out thus far. 4-1 Centerville, 2 outs, top of the 4th. DeCina leads off from first base. First pitch, curveball, misses upstairs. Sizemore, a freshman, looks into his freshman catcher, Taylor. Throws to first, and DeCina easily back ahead of the throw. And now the 1-0 to Barnhart. There's a strike delivered on the outside corner. DeCina with a short lead at first. And that breaking ball misses downstairs, apparently. Big sigh on the mound from Sizemore as he thought he had strike 2. Instead, it's 2-1. That was a big swing pitch there. Runner goes. 2-1 pitch is taken high, and not a chance for Taylor to throw out DeCina, who had a wonderful jump at first. So now DeCina is in scoring position. The count is 3-1 to Barnhart. And Sizemore's next pitch is cut on and missed to run the count full. Matter of fact, Barnhart swung that so viciously that his necklace twirled around. Now he's wearing it backwards. And the 3-2 pitch to Lancaster. Foul back to the screen. I don't know, that would kind of bother me if I had to stand in the batter's box wearing the necklace backwards like that. Now it swings back to its rightful spot. Another payoff pitch, popped up. This one's going to stay into play at the mound. Sizemore calls for it, and at the pitcher's mound, he let that one bounce behind him. So Sizemore called off his infielders, thought he had a bead on it, and it fell behind him, so he missed a pop-up. An error on Sizemore. Keeps the inning alive. DeCina advanced to third on that pop-up. And now with runners at the corners, here is Connor Lancaster with a chance to capitalize on the first error of the ball game. Runner goes from first. Pitch is taken for a strike, and the throw is just back to the mound by Taylor. That was a low throw. Good job by Sizemore just smothering that to prevent it from getting away from him and allowing DeCina to score from third. The 1-strike pitch to Lancaster. A bit outside. 1 ball, 1 strike. Centerville 4, Davis County 1. Top of the 4th. Runners at second and third with 2 outs. And the pitch gets past the catcher Taylor, and coming in to score standing is DeCina to make it 5-1. So a wild pitch brings in the 5th Centerville run. Barnhart goes to third base on the play. 1 ball, 1 strike to Lancaster, looking for his first hit of the game. And there's a line drive out to center. Scott had a bad read on that, and that goes over his head. Coming in to score is Barnhart. Lancaster has himself an RBI double, and now it is 6-1 Centerville. To be fair, even if Scott had a fair jump on that, I don't think he would have gotten back to grab that drive from Lancaster. That is the 6th hit for Centerville already here in the 4th inning. And the inning continues, and Eli Hampton stands in. Hampton looks at a belt-high strike. A strikeout, a walk, and a run scored so far for Hampton in this Game 1 opener. 0-1 pitch, and that pitch is taken high for ball 1. Sizemore doesn't seem to have a feel for his breaking ball here today. The 1-1 pitch, and that's cut on and missed. 1-2 to count to Hampton. Lancaster leads off from second. 2 runs are in for Centerville, who now lead at 6-1. Curveball missing upstairs. Runner broke for third, and Lancaster's in there on the slide with a stolen base. You try to steal third with 2 outs, you better get in there. Lancaster did. And now he's 90 feet away from making it a 7-1 game. The pitch, swing and a miss, and that'll do it for Centerville here in the 4th. But the Big Reds score 2 more runs on 1 hit, an error in the inning, and 1 man left. Heading to the bottom of the 4th, it's now Centerville 7, Centerville 6, Davis County 1 on the Ottumwa Radio Group Sports Network.
Corby and the team at Nutrien Ag Solutions in Bloomfield is the best place to go if you're a farmer. They provide the technology and services to make your farming business profitable. They have liquid and dry fertilizers, starters, small seed, and corn and soybean seed, and also offer crop protection chemicals and custom application. See for yourself why so many farmers in the area trust Corby and the team at Nutrien Ag Solutions in Bloomfield, where results in your field are always their first concern.
Get back to your life sooner with orthopedic care at Davis County Hospital and Clinics. Whether it's a shoulder or knee problem or a broken bone, Davis County Hospital and Clinics is here for you. Our specialists and team members will treat you with care from your first visit to surgery through rehab and therapy. Comprehensive orthopedic care isn't a long drive away. It's right here at Davis County Hospital and Clinics, building better, healthier lives.
You're watching live coverage of the Davis County Mustangs on the Ottumwa Radio Group Sports Network.
Mustangs need to get the bats going here in the game 1 opener of our doubleheader. They trail Centerville 6-1. Centerville with 6 runs on 6 hits. Davis County with 1 run on just 1 hit. And 1 error in the game. It was a big error on Sizemore on the pitcher's mound back in that inning, which extended it and allowed Centerville to score those 2 runs to make it a 6-1 ball game. So Max Taylor will look to get something started for the Mustangs here in the bottom of the 4th, trailing by 5. He's walked, and then he gave way to a courtesy runner, Mark Frazee, who scored on a very heads-up play on a wild pitch from third. First pitch fastball taken center cut for strike 1. Sully Ballinger has allowed his fair share of traffic, but has only allowed the 1 run for Davis County thus far. That pitch is fouled back towards the concession stand, and that lands on the concourse and harmlessly out of the way of any spectators. 0-2 to count to Taylor. Ballinger's next pitch. A bouncer to the plate for ball 1. Now the 1-2 pitch. Taylor takes a fastball just off the plate inside. He evens the count at 2-2. Ballinger's next delivery. Popped up foul. That gets out of play over the fence on the first base side. And Centerville's softball team is warming up past the first base fence. And when you don't know where the ball is, you just do the old duck and cover. There's a grounder up the middle. Glove by Hampton, the second baseman. He throws out Taylor for the first out. And now the man who has the only hit for Davis County in this ball game, Josh Settles. He singled back in the second. That was part of a Davis County rally that scored their only run in the second inning. Settles swings at the first pitch and fouls it straight back. Mustangs have had base runners every inning thus far, just not have been able to string hits together the way Centerville has. The 0-1. That breaking ball was high off the release. Easy take for Settles to make it 1-1. Ballinger working quickly. The pitch. Fouled up back towards us and out of play. Bases empty, 1 out, bottom of the fourth. 6-1 Centerville. 1 ball and 2 strikes to count to Settles. The pitch. Off-speed pitch misses off the plate. Outside. 2 balls and 2 strikes. And Settles swings and misses and strikes out. 2 outs, bases empty. And here comes Noah Sizemore. That's the 4th strikeout for Ballinger thus far. Sizemore doesn't have an official at-bat as of yet. Sacrifice bunt back in the second inning. And he pops that up first base side. That's going to stay in the field of play. And DeCina lunged for it but couldn't make the play near the first base dugout. Strike 1 to Sizemore. Centerville 1-6 on the season, 0-1 in the South Central Conference. Last year they went 9-18. All of their wins came in South Central Conference play. They were 9-10. Bouncing ball to third. Lancaster stays low. Guns out Sizemore, and it is a 1-2-3 inning for Solly Ballinger. We'll head to the 5th. 6-1 Centerville on the Atomo Radio Group Sports Network.
Get the small town charm with real-world experience at William Penn University. Located in beautiful Oskaloosa, Iowa, William Penn is the perfect place to pursue your higher education. We offer a diverse selection of majors, including a 4-year nursing degree. And our state-of-the-art facilities offer the latest technology. With small class sizes and affordable tuition, William Penn is a great place to call home. Invest in your future at William Penn. Visit wmpenn.edu today to learn more and enroll.
Hi, I'm Allison Engels, Senior Vice President of First Iowa State Bank of Bloomfield. Farmers and ranchers, when it comes to ag loans, you want to work with a bank and lender that speaks your language. Both myself and Joe Randolph are farmers as well, so we fully understand the agricultural economic business needs. We know the inputs and the outputs, the ups and the downs, the market, and every other obstacle that arises in farming. Come and see me, Allison Engel, or Joe Randolph with First Iowa State Bank of Bloomfield to discuss your ag lending needs.
You're watching live coverage of the Davis County Mustangs on the Atomo Radio Group Sports Network.
Centerville 6, Davis County 1 is our score. Game 1 of our doubleheader. As the Big Reds get set to bat here in the top of the 5th. First of 3 matchups between these two schools. We'll have the nightcap here for you right after this game. And then the two teams will meet in June, a little bit later on. 5-6-7 duo for the Big Reds, starting with Ewan Lechtenberg. So far, he is 2 for 2 with an RBI and 2 runs scored. First pitch strike, delivered by Sizemore. And that pitch is low in the dirt to make the count 1-1. Those 2 Centerville runs they scored in the 4th inning were unearned. If you recall, there was a pop-up on the infield with 2 outs that Sizemore was unable to come up with. That pitch is low for ball 2. Later in the inning, Centerville scored 2 runs, but because of that error that would have ended the inning, those 2 runs that Centerville scored were unearned. Strike on the outside corner. Lechtenberg was leaning over the plate there, but didn't pull the trigger. 2 balls and 2 strikes. The pitch. Again, leaning over the plate on that outside pitch, but not offering at it. And the count is full. Sizemore has walked a batter thus far in an inning and a third. That's popped up on the infield. Sizemore this time gives way to Prevost, who catches it on the third base side of the mound for the first out. I think somebody got a lecture in the dugout about conceding the pop-up to your infielder. So Lechtenberg's retired. And the batter is Jaeger White, who has done a healthy amount of damage so far for Centerville. First pitch outside for a ball. He singled in the second, and one of the bigger hits of the game, a 2-run triple in the third. So White is 2 for 2. The 1-0, that's popped up, foul over the press box and out of play. You just see how spry Dave Mason is whenever a pop-up comes our way. Ready to spring into action at a moment's notice. 1-1 curveball. It catches the bottom part of the strike zone. It's one of the first times we've seen Sizemore get a curveball over for a strike. Maybe he's starting to find a feel for it. It's 1-2 to White. The pitch, another curveball, missing outside. He evens the count at 2-2. Bases empty, 1 out, top of the 5th. Centerville batting, leading Davis County 6-1. And the 2-2 pitch is high for ball 3. Full count. Payoff pitch coming from Sizemore to White. Fastball swung on and missed. It was a letter high fastball that White couldn't catch up with. And there are 2 outs. Sully Ballinger has grounded out twice so far in this ball game. He grounded out to third in the second, then hit a line shot that was gloved initially by Sizemore, fell to the ground, and he threw out Ballinger to end the third. And Ballinger looks at strike 1 from Sizemore. Curveball catches the outside corner for a strike. Sizemore looking for a 1-2-3 inning. Maybe get a little bit of momentum for the Mustangs. The pitch. Ground ball foul to the third base side past the lunging Prevost. Centerville with 6 runs on 6 hits. Davis County with 1 run on 1 hit. Fastball off the plate outside, ball 1. Now the 1-2 pitch. Curveball. Got him looking. 2 strikeouts to end the inning, and Centerville goes down in order. We'll head to the bottom of the 5th. Centerville 6, Davis County 1 on the Ottumwa Radio Group Sports Network.
What's holding you back from living your best life? If it's poor credit or no credit, Community First Credit Union has the solution for you. With our new Charge Up Credit Builder program, we make it possible for you to establish or rebuild your credit so you can achieve your dreams, whether it's owning a home, purchasing a vehicle, or something else. So, what do you say? Why not let Community First Credit Union help you charge up your credit to new heights? Subject to approval and program qualifications, equal housing opportunity, federally insured by the NCUA.
The Davis County Mustangs would like to thank the community for their continued support.
You're watching live coverage of the Davis County Mustangs on the Ottumwa Radio Group Sports Network.
Davis County batting in the bottom of the 5th, trailing Centerville 6-1 in game 1 of our doubleheader. Houston Schooley will lead things off against Soli Ballinger, who just had 1 minor hiccup in the 2nd inning, allowing him to run the score on a wild pitch. Otherwise, he's been pretty solid for Centerville. Coming off a 1-2-3 inning back in the 4th, Schooley was hit by a pitch his first time up. And Schooley offers at the first pitch and fouls it back. Schooley once again batting right-handed versus the right-hander. And 1-1 pitch, taken in the dirt. That pitch goes over everybody to the backstop. That makes the count 2-1. Schooley looking to lead things off for Davis County on a positive note and get on base for Duke Scott. That pitch is fouled away to the third base side, out of play. The 2-2. He swung at a changeup, and he got tagged out by DeCina on his way to first. Although DeCina had the ball in his hand, and he got tagged with an empty glove. But home plate umpire Anthony McClendon says, yeah, you're out anyway. So Schooley strikes out. And now Duke Scott will look to set the table for the top of the Davis County order. Scott grounded out to third, his first time up. He swings and misses at a fastball for strike 1. That pitch is up and away for ball 1. Davis County has not had many opportunities with runners in scoring position. In fact, Scott's had the only at-bat with runners in scoring position as he takes that pitch up and in for ball 2. Sizemore laid down a sacrifice bunt with a runner at second. with runners at first and second. Schooley was hit by a pitch to load the bases. And then Scott grounded out to third, back into second. And now with that swing and a miss, he's down. Actually, he's down to his last strike. 2-2 to count. Scott takes one off his backside. And he gets to hit the hard way. Second hit batter for Ballinger. Back to the top of the order in Houston's, beg your pardon, Peyton Schooley. Schooley walked, was caught stealing, and then he flew out to center. Scott with good speed at first, but down by 5. Don't think Davis County would be doing much running. Off-speed pitch off the plate outside, ball 1. Bouncer just threw his 75th pitch of the day here in the bottom of the 5th with 1 out. Schooley pops that up. That's going to stay in fair territory. It's the first baseman, Caraccio, who steps into the infield grass to make the catch for the second out. Dexter Scott has a strikeout and a walk in his 2 plate appearances thus far. Davis County trails 6-1. Bottom of the 5th, runner at first with 2 out. First pitch fastball misses outside. And Ballinger's 1-0. Took a little bit off that, but hit the inside half of the plate to make it 1-1. Still just 1 hit for Davis County in this ball game. They only had 1 hit in their 10-0 loss in the nightcap to Cardinal on Tuesday. Bouncer to the plate, blocked by DeCina. 2-1. And Ballinger delivers. Bouncing ball to third on a couple of hops of Lancaster at third base. He throws out Scott, and that is that. No runs, no hits, a hit batter, and a man left. We are through 5. It is Centerville 6, Davis County 1 on the Ottumwa Radio Group Sports Network.
Hi, this is Abby at Hoskin Elevator. The Barnhart family and our employees would like to thank our customers and invite you to stop in or give us a call anytime with your farming or livestock needs. We carry a full line of ADM feed and mineral and offer commodity mixes and custom rations. Along with an ADM nutritionist, let us help you with all of your livestock goals. Hoskin Elevator is proud to work with Stein Soybeans and local Davis Seed to help you with your planting and cover crop needs. We offer on-farm pickup of your corn or soybeans and rock delivery. Once again, from Hoskin Elevator, thank you, and go Mustangs.
Go Mustang!
This is Milo Wells with Wells Hometown Drug in Bloomfield. Our goal here is to go above and beyond your expectations for the role that a pharmacy can play in you and your family's health. Since we have opened here, many things have changed. We've added experienced staff, updated our facilities, added clinical services like strep throat test and treat, and free liquid medication flavoring. One thing that has not changed is the vision of providing our patients with access to the best pharmacy services anywhere in the state. We, like many of you, believe Southeast Iowa is an amazing place to live, and we will continue to be committed to improving the lives of our patients.
You're watching live coverage of the Davis County Mustangs on the Ottumwa Radio Group Sports Network.
Six to 1 Centerville as we play in the top of the 6th. Centerville looking for their first South Central Conference win. Noah Sizemore set Centerville down in order back in the 5th, and he delivers that pitch high to Logan Caraccio. Caraccio with an RBI single in the 2nd, and fouled out to the third base side back in the 5th inning, and that is a long foul ball to the left off the bat of Caraccio. It would have been trouble if he was able to keep that fair. Instead, it's just strike 1. The 1-1 pitch. And we've seen that release a lot of times from Sizemore today. Still not able to get a consistent grip on that curveball to make the count 2-1. And the next delivery is a fastball letter high taken for ball 3. Caraccio, Husman, and then Decina as we go back to the top of the order. A big cut and a miss by Caraccio. And the count is 3-2. That was a 3-1, this one's for me type of swing. Now you got to swing for your team since you have 2 strikes on you. Payoff pitch. That's high for ball 4. A leadoff walk for Caraccio. Head coach Bill Husman pinch ran for Caraccio back in the 2nd inning. This time he lets Caraccio run on his own. And I imagine Borden Husman will be coming up to bunt. He does square the bunt and takes that pitch high for ball 1. Borden Husman, grandson of head coach Bill Husman. Looking to get Caraccio over to second. He bunts that up the first base line. Sizemore, the pitcher, elects to go to first to retire Husman. And Caraccio indeed advances to second on the sacrifice bunt by Husman. 1-3 on the putout. And that sets the table for Abram Decina. I wouldn't be surprised if head coach Todd White just flashes the 4 fingers and decides not even to mess with the dangerous Decina. But it appears he will pitch to him. And Decina takes that pitch outside for ball 1. Decina has a pair of walks, a stolen base, and a flyout. He's 0 for 1 so far here in game 1. 1-0 pitch. He fouled that off to the third base side. Prevost gives it a look, and he catches it right before he hits the fence in foul territory. He tried to double off Caraccio at second, but Caraccio back safely. But a huge play by Prevost to retire Cena. Good hustle by Brett in foul territory for the second out. You'd like to see that, especially with the bats being silent as they are for Davis County. Mustangs still not giving up on this ball game. Rye Barnhart takes a helmet high pitch for ball 1. Barnhart is 0 for 3. He reached on an error and scored back in the 4th. Fastball up and in. Sizemore kicks and deals. Fastball delivered for a strike. Now the 2-1 pitch. Fouled back. And there's quite the line to the concession stand, and that ball almost got a piece of somebody waiting for a snack. The 2-2 pitch. Fouled back. Again towards the concession stand. Look out. Don't know what Barnhart has against somebody with an appetite here at the Mustang Sports Complex, but we play on. Count remains 2-2. Runner at second. 2 outs in the top of the 6th. Centerville leads Davis County 6-1. And the next delivery by Sizemore is a curveball taken in the dirt. Now the payoff pitch from Sizemore. Hit high in the air. Shallow center field, and calling for it and making the catch, a snow cone catch, is the shortstop Dexter Scott. But that retires aside. No runs, no hits, a walk, and a man left. We'll head to the bottom of the 6th. Davis County still trails at 6-1 on the Ottumwa Radio Group Sports Network.
This is Chris from our owner of Hamilton Produce. We are proud to have served the community for over 90 years as your hometown locally owned farm and hardware store. We have everything from tractor parts, general hardware, calving equipment, dry shod boots, and Carhartt clothing. We are also your best source to get your smaller LP tanks filled. Stop in and see us just off the square in Bloomfield. And don't forget to follow us on Facebook and keep up to date with our store and specials.
What's holding you back from living your best life? If it's poor credit or no credit, Community First Credit Union has the solution for you. With our new Charge Up Credit Builder program, we make it possible for you to establish or rebuild your credit so you can achieve your dreams, whether it's owning a home, purchasing a vehicle, or something else. So, what do you say? Why not let Community First Credit Union help you charge up your credit to new heights? Subject to approval and program qualifications, equal housing opportunity, federally insured by the NCUA.
You're watching live coverage of the Davis County Mustangs on the Ottumwa Radio Group Sports Network.
Davis County running out of chances here in game one of our doubleheader. Down 6-1 to Centerville here in the bottom of the sixth. And they have the heart of their order up, 3-4-5. Starting with Presley Cantrell. He's become rather acquainted with the third baseman Connor Lancaster in his two at-bats. He grounded out to third in the first inning, then grounded into a fielder's choice to third back in the third inning. Davis County still with one hit in this ball game. Cantrell takes that pitch low and inside for ball one. Solly Ballinger still on the mound for Centerville. Just that one run in the second inning. Otherwise, he's been very good. Fastball up and in. 2 balls and no strikes to Cantrell. And that hit Cantrell in the back. And that's the way to get on base. So Cantrell, sounds like head coach Todd White's going to go to his bench for a pinch runner. And it's Mark Frazee. He scored the only run for Davis County in this ball game. He was a courtesy runner for Max Taylor back in the second inning. And he scored on a wild pitch that wasn't quite as wild as you would think. It was a bouncer to the catcher, Decina. It bounced in front of him and then kicked out back towards the infield grass towards the pitcher. And Ballinger, the pitcher, was the one that fielded it, shoveled it over to Decina, but Frazee was able to slide in ahead of the tag, which momentarily tied the game at 1 until Centerville scored 3 times in the top of the third to take a 4-1 lead. And they now lead 6-1. So timeout called by Centerville as they look to get their defense organized. The batter is Brett Prevost. Probably hoping that they will have changed pitchers. A pair of strikeouts in his 2 at-bats versus Ballinger, who is still on the mound. That's a bouncer, and that gets away from Decina, and Frazee takes second on the play. He got a very good jump on that wild pitch. Decina did all he could, kept it in front of him, was able to make a really good throw to second, but Frazee had a fantastic jump, and now he stands at second base. 1-0 to count the Prevost. Oof. Fastball called a strike. I guess it caught the inside corner. Prevost jackknifed out of the way. Looks incredulously back at Anthony McClendon, the home plate umpire. Now the 1-1 pitch. Curveball taken for a strike. So after taking a fastball, maybe below the knees for a strike, Ballinger's able to get a breaking ball over, and now Prevost's in the hole 1-2. And Prevost bounces that one to Lancaster at third. Throw to first, I should say, is in time. Frazee takes third on the play. That's the first out of the inning. And that brings up Max Taylor. Taylor walked back in the second inning. That led to Davis County's only run. He also grounded out back in the fourth. Fastball upstairs, ball one. Ballinger pitching from the windup with a runner at third. Took a little bit off that, and it caught the inside corner for strike one. 6-1 Centerville, bottom of the sixth. Davis County batting, looking to rally. Down to their final 5 outs, and that ground ball ate up Lancaster at third. Taylor is aboard. What I'm calling an error on Lancaster. So Frazee comes in to score to make it 6-2. And Hudson Humphrey comes in as a courtesy runner for Max Taylor. And Josh Settles, who has the only Davis County hit still in this ball game, is at the plate. First pitch breaking ball, taken for a ball. I thought that was I thought for sure would have seen Anthony McClendon's right hand come up. Instead, it stays down. And here comes the 1-0 pitch from Ballinger. That's inside. That gets away from DeCina, and breaking towards second and getting in there standing is Humphrey. That takes the double play out of the equation. Now 2-0. Settles can look for a pitch in a specific spot and try to put a good swing on it and make this a 3-run ball game. Settles cranks that one into center, but going back and making the catch is Lechtenberg for the second out. That brings up Noah Sizemore. Sacrifice bunt in the second. A ground out to third back in the fourth. Humphrey remains at second. 2 outs now in the inning. Davis County down 6-2 here in the bottom of the sixth. Ballinger's first pitch, and Sizemore had to bend out of the way on that high and tight pitch. The 1-0. Same exact spot, high and tight. Easy take for Sizemore to make it 2-0. So just like Settles, he can get aggressive here with the count 2-0. Settles flew out to center. However, Sizemore grounds that foul at the plate. Two and one to count to Sizemore. Ballinger's pitch, well upstairs. And it's 3-1. Houston Schooley waits on deck for Davis County. Now the 3-1. A big swing and a miss by Sizemore. Full count. Ballinger approaching 100 pitches. This will be pitch number 99. And the payoff pitch coming to Sizemore. Fouled back. So we will see pitch number 100 as that goes back towards the parking lot behind us. Ballinger is set. Kicks and delivers. Ground ball to third. Charging it is Lancaster on the infield grass, and he throws out Sizemore to end the inning. Davis County does get a run on no hits. There was an error in the inning, and one man left on. We are through 6. It is Centerville 6, Davis County 2 on the Ottumwa Radio Group Sports Network.
Go Mustangs! Go Mustangs! Go Mustangs! Go Mustangs!
Go Mustangs!
Go Mustangs! Go Mustangs! Go Mustangs! Go Mustangs!
The Davis County Mustangs would like to thank the community for their continued support.
Get back to your life sooner with orthopedic care at Davis County Hospital and Clinics. Whether it's a shoulder or knee problem or a broken bone, Davis County Hospital and Clinics is here for you. Our specialists and team members will treat you with care from your first visit to surgery through rehab and therapy. Comprehensive orthopedic care isn't a long drive away. It's right here at Davis County Hospital and Clinics, building better, healthier lives.
You're watching live coverage of the Davis County Mustangs on the Ottumwa Radio Group Sports Network.
New pitcher in the game for Davis County here in the 7th inning of Game 1, Dexter Scott. The freshman who was playing at shortstop for the first 6 innings will now take over on the mound. Brett Prevost moves from third to short, and Sizemore, who was the previous pitcher, is now back at third base. 3, 4, 5 hitters due up, starting with Connor Lancaster, who swings at the first pitch, bounces it through the hole, past the lunging Sizemore and Prevost on the left side, and it's a ground ball base hit for Lancaster, his second hit of the ball game. And Centerville has their leadoff man on in the top of the 7th, leading 6-2. Elijah Hampton has a pair of strikeouts sandwiched in between a walk and a run scored. Strike called. Scott made his first pitching appearance in Game 2 of the doubleheader on Tuesday. He pitched the final inning of that 10-0 loss to Cardinal. Throw to first and a low throw, but Cantrell was able to snag it. Scott only pitched to 3 batters in his first appearance. Hampton squares the bunt and fouls that back to the screen. You can tell Bill Hoosman, old school coach, does not care who is at the plate, even his cleanup hitter. If he wants you to bunt, and with the runner at first and nobody out, it's a bunting situation up by 4. As that throw chases back Lancaster at first. Oh, 0-2 to count to Hampton. Pitch by Scott. Low and away, 1-2. Hampton calls time at the plate. I think some gnats were bothering him. Can't blame him there. I think anybody living in Southeast Iowa would agree that the gnats are bad this spring. Worst I've seen in the 7 years I've lived here. Now 8. The 1-2 pitch with the runner going. High and away for a ball. The throw to second, and he is safe. So Lancaster steals second. Two balls and 2 strikes to Hampton. He bunted earlier in the at-bat. Now you figure he'll be swinging away. 2-2 pitch. That's outside, and the count is full. 6-2 Centerville, top of the 7th. And Centerville looks to add on before Davis County's final at-bat in the bottom of the 7th. The pitch. Strike 3 called. That caught the knees right at the bottom of the strike zone. Hampton goes down looking for the first out. And that is the first strikeout for Dexter Scott as a varsity man. Congratulations to him. Now Ewan Lechtenberg, 2 for 3, with a pair of runs scored and an RBI is up. Lechtenberg swings to the first pitch, lifts it high in the air out to right center field. Scott tracking it, makes the catch. Staying at second base is Lancaster, and there are 2 away. So Duke Scott helps out his little brother Dexter. And now Jaeger White, who has one of the bigger hits of this game, a 2-run triple back in the 3rd inning to extend Centerville's lead at the time to 4-1. He is up with another runner in scoring position. White swings at the first pitch, lifts it in the air, and that twist foul, just foul, to the left field line. White is a left-hander, so he fought that off and went the opposite way. Settles, the left fielder, had a long way to run, as did Sizemore, the third baseman. So that would have been an easy run scored for Centerville if that fell in fair territory. Now it's fouled by about 3 feet. Now the 1-strike pitch coming to Jaeger White. Fouled off at the plate, 0-2. Lancaster, the runner at second. 0-2 to count to White. Scott deals. And that's a ground ball foul towards the first base coach. Nice barehanded play on the big hop. And we'll do it again. Centerville has won the last 3 times these schools have faced each other. That a season sweep last season. 0-2 pitch, curveball, and that's well outside. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Dexter Scott comes set. The 1-2 delivery. Fastball low and away. And the count now is even at 2. White, a tall, lanky left-handed hitter. And that pitch is bounced to the plate for ball 3, and that runs the count full. So from 0-2 to 3-2, Scott's still looking to put away White to end the Centerville 7th. And the payoff pitch, outside ball 4, and the inning continues. That moves the line to Sully Ballinger, and you wonder if he'll take the mound to start the 7th inning at an even 100 pitches. The limit that a high scorer can throw is 125. We'll have to wait to see if that's the case, and we might just have to wait just moments now because Sizemore gets that pop-up, catches it in fair territory to retire the side. Centerville is done in the top of the 7th. No runs on a hit. No errors and 2 men left on. Last chance coming up for Davis County. They trail Centerville here in the doubleheader opener, 6-2 on the Ottumwa Raider Group Sports Network.
Is your back telling you it's time for a new mattress? Darren at Dixon's Mattress Outlet is the man to see. Dixon's Mattress Outlet sells new mattresses of all sizes. They also have a great selection of area rugs, sheets, and pillows. Needing a mattress for the camper or a rollaway bed? Darren has those too. Call Darren today and get the best rest for less. Call Dixon's Mattress Outlet today at 641-664-3060. And don't forget to like them on Facebook.
Get the small town charm with real-world experience at William Penn University. Located in beautiful Oskaloosa, Iowa, William Penn is the perfect place to pursue your higher education. We offer a diverse selection of majors, including a 4-year nursing degree. And our state-of-the-art facilities offer the latest technology. With small class sizes and affordable tuition, William Penn is a great place to call home. Invest in your future at William Penn. Visit wmpenn.edu today to learn more and enroll.
You're watching live coverage of the Davis County Mustangs on the Atomo Radio Group Sports Network.
New pitcher in the game is Connor Lancaster, as Sully Ballinger is done after 100 pitches. 6 innings of 1-run baseball. Good start for him. And he is in line for the win. If Centerville can hang on here in the bottom of the 7th, leading Davis County 6-2. Lancaster, a sidewinder. We've seen him pitch before. And with the new pitcher, Centerville moves around the furniture. Ewan Lechtenberg is the new third baseman. Jaeger White is in center field, and don't know for sure, but I'm assuming that Ballinger is now the right fielder. We're just going to have to assume because he's not being courteous enough to turn around and look at it and let us show his number. Meanwhile, Schooley leads off the top of the first, and it looked like that hit his bat. I think they're going to call that a foul ball. If that's the case, it would be strike 1. Next pitch, that's taken well outside. And the count is 1-1. Schooley 0 for 1. He was hit by a pitch. He's also struck out in this ball game. Fouls that pitch away towards the first base side, high off the screen. And the count is 1-2. Schooley, Duke Scott, and then to the top of the order in Peyton Schooley. Mustangs down by 4. They need base runners. Schooley takes that pitch upstairs and away. Evening the count at 2-2. Lancaster nods, comes set, winds and delivers. Fouled off at the plate. Count remains 2 balls and 2 strikes. Story of this game, Davis County unable to muster much offense at all. Just 1 hit through the first 6 innings. Big reason why they trail 6-2 in this ball game. 2-2 pitch, a swing and a miss by Schooley, and he's the first out of the 7th. And we'll have ourselves a pinch hitter. As that is Hayden Bankston, who will bat for Duke Scott. So Hayden Bankston, with Davis County down to their final 2 outs, will look to get on base. And there's a strike delivered by Lancaster. A 1 pitch, Bankston hacks at that and fouls it back to the screen. No balls and 2 strikes. Game 2 over doubleheader will be coming up about a half hour after this one's over with. 0-2 pitch. Bankston takes that outside. If you're listening on 104.3 KRKN, you'll be taking the local programming. If you're watching the online stream, just be patient with us. We'll have the new stream up and running in good time. That pitch is up and in. And the count now is 2-2 to Bankston. First at-bat of the season for Hayden Bankston. That's popped up, hanging in the air, first base side, and just over the fence. As Caraccio gave that one a look and actually leaned up against the fence on the first base side. So Bankston will see at least one more pitch. Count remains 2 balls and 2 strikes. Base is empty, 1 out, bottom of the 7th. Centerville 6, Davis County 2 is our score. Lancaster deals. A little flare, and it is caught by the second baseman, Hampton, going into the outfield grass. And Davis County is down to their final out. Peyton Schooley walked in the first inning, was caught stealing, flew out to center, and then popped out and foul territory to the first baseman, Caraccio. Strike. Officially, the Mustangs had just one at-bat with the runner in scoring position. There's another strike, and Lancaster not playing around as Davis County is down to their final strike here in this ball game. Trailing 6-2, bases empty, and the 0-2 count coming from Lancaster to Peyton Schooley. And that's tomahawked out to center field, but that hangs up for Lechtenberg, who puts it away, and this first game of the doubleheader has come to an end as Centerville defeats Davis County by the final score of 6-2. We will step away to add up our totals and tell you all about this first one and get you set for game number 2 right after this on the Ottumwa Radio Group Sports Network.
Looking to buy or sell real estate? Lincoln Lynch at Lynch Realty in Bloomfield is the guy to call. Lynch Realty is a family-owned business, and it's their policy to serve the community. Whether you are looking to buy or sell real estate or farmland, give Lincoln a call. And don't forget, he also owns Lynch Boys Auction Service, and they can help you with all your auction needs as well. For current listings or for more information, visit lynchrealtyinc.com. That's lynchrealtyinc.com.
What's holding you back from living your best life? If it's poor credit or no credit, Community First Credit Union has the solution for you. With our new Charge Up Credit Builder program, we make it possible for you to establish or rebuild your credit so you can achieve your dreams, whether it's owning a home, purchasing a vehicle, or something else. So, what do you say? Why not let Community First Credit Union help you charge up your credit to new heights? Subject to approval and program qualifications, equal housing opportunity, federally insured by the NCUA.
Go Mustangs!
Go Mustangs! Go Mustangs! Go Mustangs! Go Mustangs! Go Mustangs! Go Mustangs!
The Davis County Mustangs would like to thank the community for their continued support.
Corby and the team at Nutrien Ag Solutions in Bloomfield is the best place to go if you're a farmer. They provide the technology and services to make your farming business profitable. They have liquid and dry fertilizers, starters, small seed, and corn and soybean seed, and also offer crop protection chemicals and custom application. See for yourself why so many farmers in the area trust Corby and the team at Nutrien Ag Solutions in Bloomfield, where results in your field are always their first concern.
Hi, this is Abby at Hoskin Elevator. The Barnhart family and our employees would like to thank our customers and invite you to stop in or give us a call anytime with your farming or livestock needs. We carry a full line of ADM feed and mineral and offer commodity mixes and custom rations. Along with an ADM nutritionist, let us help you with all of your livestock goals. Hoskin Elevator is proud to work with Stein Soybeans and local Davis Seed to help you with your planting and cover crop needs. We offer on-farm pickup of your corn or soybeans and rock delivery. Once again, from Hoskin Elevator, thank you and go Mustangs.
Go Mustangs! Mustang!
What's holding you back from living your best life? If it's poor credit or no credit, Community First Credit Union has the solution for you. With our new Charge Up Credit Builder program, we make it possible for you to establish or rebuild your credit so you can achieve your dreams, whether it's owning a home, purchasing a vehicle, or something else. So, what do you say? Why not let Community First Credit Union help you charge up your credit to new heights? Subject to approval and program qualifications, equal housing opportunity, federally insured by the NCUA.
Corby and the team at Nutrien Ag Solutions in Bloomfield is the best place to go if you're a farmer. They provide the technology and services to make your farming business profitable. They have liquid and dry fertilizers, starters, small seed, and corn and soybean seed, and also offer crop protection chemicals and custom application. See for yourself why so many farmers in the area trust Corby and the team at Nutrien Ag Solutions in Bloomfield, where results in your field are always their first concern. Is your back telling you it's time for a new mattress? Darren at Dixon's Mattress Outlet is the man to see. Dixon's Mattress Outlet sells new mattresses of all sizes. They also have a great selection of area rugs, sheets, and pillows. Needing a mattress for the camper or a rollaway bed? Darren has those too. Call Darren today and get the best rest for less. Call Dixon's Mattress Outlet today at 641-664-3060. And don't forget to like them on Facebook.
This is Tim, owner of Slayton Polaris. We have seen a lot of changes since we opened our doors in 1988. One thing that hasn't changed is the way we treat our customers. We still offer the best machines at the best possible prices and strive to treat everyone the way we would want to be treated. This has been our policy since we started the business. If you're looking for the best in off-road vehicles, I'd like to invite you to stop in and meet us at Slayton Polaris, 8 miles south and west of Pulaski.
What's holding you back from living your best life? If it's poor credit or no credit, Community First Credit Union has the solution for you. With our new Charge Up Credit Builder program, we make it possible for you to establish or rebuild your credit so you can achieve your dreams, whether it's owning a home, purchasing a vehicle, or something else. So, what do you say? Why not let Community First Credit Union help you charge up your credit to new heights? Subject to approval and program qualifications, equal housing opportunity, federally insured by the NCUA.
You're watching live coverage of the Davis County Mustangs on the Atomo Radio Group Sports Network.
Six to two is our final as Centerville takes game one of our doubleheader. Davis County has now lost 3 in a row after a 2-0 start to the season. Centerville scored the opening run of the game in the second inning thanks to an RBI single by Logan Caraccio. That was one of 3 hits in the game in the inning off the starter Brett Prevost. Davis County was able to tie it in the bottom of the second thanks to Mark Frazee scoring on a wild pitch. He came in as a courtesy runner for Max Taylor, who walked in the inning. And Davis County had their only hit in that inning, a single by Josh Settles. Centerville quickly took the lead back in the third inning, an RBI single by Ewan Lechtenberg, and then a 2-run triple by Jaeger White made it 4-1. And then the score became 6-1 after Centerville scored a pair of runs in the fourth inning. They were aided by an error, and then a 2-run double hit by Connor Lancaster. Actually, no, just an RBI double hit by Lancaster. Abram DeCina scored on a wild pitch to make it 6-1. Davis County got a run back in the bottom of the sixth thanks to Presley Cantrell scoring. Actually, that was Hudson Humphrey who came in as a pinch runner for Presley Cantrell. He scored on an error by the third baseman Connor Lancaster to make it 6-2, but just not enough traffic on the bases for the Mustangs as they fall in the opening game of our doubleheader by the final score of 6-2. So final count of this ball game, Centerville 6 runs on 7 hits, 1 error, 7 men left on. Davis County 2 runs on 1 hit, 1 error, and 3 men left on base. Time of the game, 2 hours and 3 minutes. Winning pitcher is Sully Ballinger. He pitched 6 strong innings, allowing just 1 run. And losing pitcher is Brett Prevost. He went 2 2/3, allowing 4 runs, all of them earned. He walked 3 and struck out 3 as well. That will do it for the opening game of our doubleheader. As I said, please stay tuned to New Country 104.3 KRKM for local programming. We will start a new stream for Game 2 coming up in just a little bit on the Atomo Radio Group Facebook and YouTube pages, so hang tight and enjoy the break. We will have the nightcap for you coming up in a little bit as Davis County will look to split this doubleheader versus Centerville coming up in a little bit. We look forward to having you join us then. Until then, for Bryant Wilson, who is with us here on site as our producer, and Kyle Smith at our studios in Ottumwa, this is Ellis Kojo saying so long from Bloomfield. This has been Davis County Baseball on the Ottumwa Radio Group Sports Network.